Have you heard of sounding? Urethral sounding. So, urethral sounding is a process, if you can guess, where a guy shoves something up his pee hole.
They're coming up with all kinds of shit now. I don't want to learn something new. Listen, I just started using things in bed that I've seen on porn videos, okay? And
go slow, everything will stretch, things will go, but it will go slowly. It's never
so
a
he's
race.
teaching people how to do it.
Yeah, it
So
goes
now,
slow. It'll
let's
stretch.
get to
This guy should be arrested.
the type
Why?
of
It's not
sounds that we
illegal.
use, and
It
believe it or
should
not, there's
be.
several. One like this, which is a medical grade crack
That's not even
sound.
straight.
It would be a little
Bro, you're sticking
smaller
that
or
down
larger
your
than the
dick
other.
hole, but
Or
it's gonna make
you
your
go with a
fucking
silicone
dick
sound like
bend.
this, which is much more forgiving.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Brother Chatter podcast. You might be noticing we're missing.
We are?
Oh,
I didn't even.
Did he notice he was missing?
Oh shit! Yeah, I guess Darm ain't here with us today.
Yeah, this week's episode, Ethan decides that he would rather go to a family/friend
Yeah, friend.
wedding rather than spend time with us.
Yeah, it sounds
on
like he
podcast.
just wanted to get trashed more, podcast with us. We're trying to grow, but it's what it is. I guess we'll keep the fucking truck going.
Ethan, just don't drink too much.
That's terrible advice. Drink a lot, buddy.
No, don't drink too much. You don't want to do anything you're going to regret.
Weddings are never fun unless you're drinking. Drinking makes them more fun.
They can be. On this week's episode, Danny tells us why he wears the pants in his household.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a joke. It's not a joke.
Does Ashley
She wears
agree
some
with you?
pants, but
Wears
it's
pants
an
sometimes.
equal thing.
See, in my house, I sometimes get to wear the pants, but not usually,
don't-
and I'm okay with that. I just don't like it when she makes me wear a dress.
That makes more sense. I was going to say, I don't know if I believe you wear any pants.
I do sometimes. Sometimes I set the rules in this.
I want to laugh so hard right now.
Also, on this week's episode, I practiced that eyebrow threading, but I never heard that, like where you trim your eyebrows using threads. Like you've seen the people like up at the mall that do it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, they use threads to like kind of trim your eyebrows and pull them out. But in order to practice, because my eyebrows aren't super thick, I use my pubic hairs.
That's disgusting.
It is a little.
I'm wondering what that's. So wait, you take each hair one at a time?
I don't know exactly how it works. I just kind of started just.
Fuck is wrong with it? Like, are you talking about like those people like in the middle of the mall? Like that's where they're.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I never see anyone there. Find another gig, people.
So, fun episode. I like your jersey.
Right, I don't like yours.
Really? I got off a team. It's not.
Well,
official
that makes sense.
Phillies jersey.
I mean, it looks like it.
It does it? I like these. I got two of them off a team, and I like
You got a
these. They look.
stain on it already?
Sure.
On the shoulder. Right here.
Oh,
Oh, I wasn't even talking about that.
it does. It must be like some dirt or something.
Who's number 3? Is it Harper? I don't know. I don't know his number.
MB3.
He's not going to be MVP. You know who is, though?
He might. He's not out of it. Henderson. Ricky Henderson came back in the MLB.
You're a dumbass. The numbers that Gunner's putting up right now, and let's be honest, he has turned into, in just the second year, such a clutch player. Like, that's what an MVP is. MVP isn't about the numbers. All about the numbers. It's somewhat about the numbers. You have to put up good numbers. Also about that clutch factor, which I won't lie, Bryce Harper does have.
Yes, he does.
He does have that clutch factor when you need a big hit in a really, really, really high leverage moment. Most of the time he produces. And I also feel like he's the type of player who makes everyone else better around him by being on the team.
Now, would you consider Gunnar a leader on the team?
I do.
Like a Bryce Harper?
I do. And it's not. I don't think it's just a one-man army with the Orioles because, like, that old team is gone. These new guys that are coming up, like Adley came up 2 years ago, Gunnar came up last year with. I look at Santander, Mullins, Adley, and Gunnar. Those are the leaders of the team. Even though, like, Gunnar's been up for a year and a half and Adley 2 years. Santander and Mullins, they're the veterans now. They've been around for a while. Santander was in the World Baseball Classic. Monster World Baseball Classic last year. But Mullins didn't have so great of a year, but they all still look up to him. But yes, Gunnar, I think that's why they have him bat leadoff a lot. Because he's clutch, his on-base percentage is high, and it's you're getting something out of it. He's not an easy out, put it that way. But I think I think for the future it's a Adley and we have more guys.
See, I will say the only thing I will say about the Orioles, I just got back into baseball probably 5-6 years ago when Phillies were coming off one of the worst records in baseball in their history. They kind of did some rebuilding. This is before they even got Bryce Harper. I started getting back into it. I was talking with Dad. I was like, I miss. The Phillies were slowly building. They didn't really have any big name guys. Their best player at the time was Odubel Herrera. If you remember,
that.
He had like a 40-some game on base streak, and I thought he was going to be great. And then he just kind of.
Was that when Franco was still on the team?
Yeah. Miguel Franco was still there. That old first baseman used to play on the Indians, Santana.
Carlos Santana.
Carlos Santana was there. He was the biggest. Yeah, he was there for a couple of years. So they had some key players. Reese Hoskins was a rookie when I was watching.
Okay, so Hoskins was their first big piece they got, which I'm guessing all the rest of the people, thought probably would have been minors.
All of them. Stott might have still been in high school at that point, or maybe even college. Like their lineup is totally different than what it was 5 or 6 years ago. The only person who they still have, Aaron Nola. Nola was in like the beginning of his career when I first started watching them. I don't think anyone else. Is that where he
started? Was Philly?
As far as I know.
Okay. And I will say this: the one thing, the offense is good. Turner's out right now. The biggest bats are Harper and Bohm. They don't scare me because we can go toe to toe with them as far as offense.
Well, we're going to find out this weekend. We're going to find out here in a little bit.
Tonight.
Ranger Suarez is on the mound. He's coming off. His last start was a little rocky, but
he's the best pitcher in the National League.
Yeah, actually, he's having a hell of a year. I mean, don't get me wrong, he was good last year, but he's having some huge numbers this year. He's in running for the Cy Young for the National League.
He's come a long way too, because I remember a couple years ago watching the Phillies. They were in the playoffs, and he was a reliever. Wasn't even a starter, so I don't know. How old is he? Is he?
I don't know. He's young. You can tell by looking at him.
So, he's also Mexican.
That's true.
But
that's a compliment. It's not racist.
Yeah. But that's the thing, though. I was getting to that scares me about them right now because I looked at their pitching staff, and I expected it out of Nola and Wheeler. Nola's not. I don't think he's a prototypical ace. I think
he was his first couple years, but the last couple years he hasn't.
Ace like what we went out and got with Corbin Burns. That guy, that's an ace. That is a bona fide, no doubt about ace. Just like Garrett Cole. Guys like that. When they come in, you even before the game starts, you have a 80% chance of winning. I don't look at Aaron Nola as that. He is a perfect, solid number 2. And I think Wheeler, and I was waiting for him from the Mets?
Mets.
I was waiting for him because I remember when he was coming into the league, I was waiting for him to finally step into that, and he is a true bona fide ace now. Yeah. But those two aren't even the best pitchers team right now. It's
Zach Wheeler is one of the. He's probably I might get a little hate for this one, but Zach Wheeler is arguably the second best pitcher in the National.
Behind Suarez. And
behind Suarez.
Not wrong.
I mean, there's other guys who are close. I mean, this new dude on the Pirates is pretty good.
Skeens, Jared Jones is too. But right now, as it sits, I mean, ERA, Braves, guy, Ronaldo Lopez. He's only 4-2. He pitched 69 innings, same as Suarez, but it's like Suarez and that rookie for the Cubs, that Shota Imanaga, he's insane. But Wheeler is right behind him. 2.16 ERA.
Now Nola struggled last night, but he was due because this has been his best year in the last probably 4 or 5 years. So he struggled last night. He gave up like 4 runs, I think, and they ended up losing 9-3 or 8-3.
But you can't even say that's it with Suarez, Wheeler, and Nola, because then all of a sudden I see this other guy, Christopher Sanchez.
Christopher Sanchez has been pretty solid for the most part.
Right now he is only 3-3, but he's got a 3.07 ERA, which actually last time I saw it was under 3.
He's really solid because he doesn't go deep, and every time he took him almost halfway through the season last year before he got his first win because he kept getting no decisions.
Oh,
he wasn't
getting run support.
He wasn't getting any run support. He'd only go to about the 5th inning, and then they'd bring the relievers in. They'd lose a lead or they'd blow, give up, and he was 0-3 majority of the year, but was part of their 5-man rotation. Now that Taijuan Walker's back, I'm kind of on the fence about him. He had a really good record for us last year. He's not super solid, but if he's your number 4, number 5 guy
right now, as it sits,
I'll take it.
Looks like he's your number 5.
I'll take it.
I'm not too worried about him. He's shown bright spots in the past, but not enough to say, yeah, you could lead a rotation. You're not. So I'm actually glad. Like tonight, I'm not gonna lie to you. You got Ranger Suarez on the mound. Lefties usually give us problems.
Who's your pitcher?
We have Bradish pitching tonight.
I know the name.
Bradish is our number 2. He was the number 3 or 4 last year for Cy Young. So he had a.
So this should be a good game unless both teams come out with one of the teams comes out with bats or both.
We need our righties to really set, which is like Westberg, Adley. Adley's a Montandera's been hot recently, and Mountie. We need those guys to really step it up tonight. But Suarez scares me, so I'm not gonna lie. If I don't see Bradish having a bad game, I think this is gonna be a low scoring. I mean, Bradish and Suarez. I still think the Phillies end up.
What you think we'll win at like 2-3, or 2-1 series? Or you mean tonight?
Tonight. I think tonight you guys edge it out just because we struggle versus lefties. Tomorrow night's a different story. We have Grayson on the mound.
Which is the game that I'm going to.
And you have Taijuan Walker on the mound. Not scared of Taijuan Walker. We have Grayson on the mound. I think it's going to be a little bit higher scoring because Grayson does give up runs. But usually he gets a ton of run support. I think we're going to win that one. And then Sunday's the big one. Sunday is Zach Wheeler versus Corbin Burns.
That's going to be that's a hell of a series for now. If I had known that's what it was going to be, we'd be going to Sunday's game.
But you can't predict.
But you can't predict because
the rotation changes all the time.
Exactly, and usually they close out a series not with their number ones. So I was thinking last game of the series, some guys might sit. It's not going to matter. I should have known better, but there was also no way when I booked these tickets that Phillies were going to have the best record in baseball.
True. I think Sunday's going to be the rubber match. And I can't predict this one because Wheeler and Burns are fantastic. I don't know what Wheeler's strikeouts are. Burns is a high strikeout guy. Burns is like he's gonna if he stays healthy, he's gonna be a Hall of Famer because he's the kind of guy. I look at Spencer Strider, Dylan Cease. Those are good pitchers, but they're not guys who are going to get you a buttload of wins. They're going to get a lot of wins, but not like over 20, 22. They're going to have a ton of strikeouts. That's what makes them good.
So
Burns is a combination of both.
Here's where I'm at. I really want to sweep the Orioles. I'm usually okay with just 2-1. Well, it could happen.
Not going to happen.
Okay. So you're one of those that you'll do all that talking. I'm not so sure. But here's why I say this. I'm kind of on the fence. The reason I say this, Ranger Forest is on the mound night. Hell of a year. Don't want him to lose. The game that I'm okay losing is tomorrow's game, but I really don't want to lose that game because I'm going to. So our only option is to sweep.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I want it to be good series. Obviously, I want us to sweep. Obviously. I mean, that's my team. If we somehow pull it out tonight, which there is a chance because Bradish He's only had one bad game this year, and that was 2 starts ago. His last start, I mean, his last start was 6 innings and 1 hit. So, and he had 9 strikeouts. So he can shut him down.
I'll tell you what, if the Orioles sweep the Phillies, you get to punch me in the face and knock.
No, or if we sweep, you have to wear a Orioles jersey on the next podcast.
That's all right. I'm all right with that. It's not like it's the Dallas Cowboys. I don't hate the Orioles.
Okay. I mean, I don't hate the Phillies either, but I'm just saying, like, I want you to wear it proud too. And
so for any of our fans who don't know, yeah, I put it in one of my TikToks if you haven't seen it. I got my front tooth knocked out the other day. I learned new veneers.
Wait, I did not know that.
What did you think I had in my mouth?
I thought it was just a tooth that you had glued in there.
It was in there, but I couldn't eat.
Did you have to get that made?
I got these off of Amazon, and I made them myself.
What do you mean you made them yourself?
Well, you have to form them yourself.
Oh.
They come flat.
And
they're okay. They're not the most comfortable thing.
Bro,
you didn't notice how like white my teeth look? Because I got the natural.
I don't really pay attention to people's.
Yeah, I do. I don't know why. I've always looked at people's teeth when I talk to them.
Why haven't I?
We've been talking for over an hour here.
No, that's not what pisses me off. Why haven't I gotten that? Because in case anyone doesn't know, and I'm sure you guys all know, I don't have a top set of teeth. I did have a set of dentures, top ones, but when we bought our house back in 2018, I lost them and moved. I didn't know that was a thing, dude.
Well, I don't know if these would work having...
Because I don't have teeth, so they didn't have anything for them to set.
Yeah, they probably... Maybe they would. I don't know. You'd probably be better off wearing...
How much do they cost?
Dentures. I got these for $40.
That's worth trying out.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, now, these aren't the most expensive things. They might suck, because the suction kind of happens up in here.
Well, I have that.
It helps hold them in place. My F's are still a little weird.
You can't chew with them, though, right?
No, I have to take these out to eat. I don't mind. I don't care that people know that I have a tooth knocked out. It's the front tooth that looks weird. So until I get it fixed.
Hold on, I have to set a reminder. I'm looking at this when we're done because I'm buying them. I'm trying them out.
Yeah, they were $40. They're Imako. IMAKO.
Yeah, I've actually... I want to go back to the dentist to get another set, but I know it's going to be expensive, and I don't really... I would love to get it done and over with. That way I don't have to worry about taking them in or out.
All those implants.
Oh, yeah, because I heard it's like, what, $2,000 a tooth?
It's like $2,000 a tooth.
Good insurance.
And you're only allotted so much every year. $2,500.
Exactly. So I have to wait.
You get like 1 or 2 teeth a year.
That would take me 15 years to do.
I will say, like, dentures... I mean, I don't know this, but other people that I've heard will, you eventually get used to the gagging and whatnot. You just have to give it, wear them for you still have them?
I lost them when we moved, or else I would have already been wearing them by now.
Yeah, because you wear them for half an hour here, an hour here. You wear them as long as you can tolerate them, and then take them out.
I did that, and I just, some reason, my gag reflex wouldn't stop. It was like, no matter what I did, I tried everything everyone told me to do. I would keep them in for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, but it was the entire time I was gagging. And it's just because they sit far back, but they couldn't shave off.
There's nothing you can do about that.
So I never got used to them, and I kept.
But listen, I got really bad gag reflexes too, so high five. We're not gay!
I wonder who we got that from.
I don't
know.
Ew. It's an image I don't want in my head. But anyway.
I'm sorry for that.
So it's almost summer blockbuster season. And there's some pretty good movies coming up this year. I'm excited. Transformers 1.
Wait, so, all right, so I've seen something about this. What is this?
It's an animated movie that kind of talks about... I saw the trailer. I guess we could show it. I wasn't going to. But let me pull up another.
Oh, yeah, we're done.
I've done other video YouTube stuff on
I know, and we got copyright.
It's just a claim. It doesn't mean anything.
If we were making money off of it,
we were making money.
Yeah, this is what I saw.
Okay, let me.
Chris Hemsworth and Scarlett Johansson are in it.
Oh.
Brian Tyree Henry.
Hey, what is up, Transformers fans? Well, this is it, Brian. Our trailer is about to drop.
Oh man, I can't wait.
I can't wait either.
Oh yeah, then let's drop it.
Here it comes. Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
The Transformers
they
one
voices
trailer
in
starts
Yes,
now.
it's animated.
Do you want
How
to
long
do
is
it?
this?
That's good. I like that.
I like it too. The Transformers one trailer.
Thought you weren't talking to me.
You two, come with me.
So this is before
Report
Autobots
to
and
Waste
Decepticons.
Management.
Okay.
Hi there, I'm B127. I'm actually working on
Why does
some
that look like a
nicknames.
baby
The one I'm
Optimus?
floating right now is
That's
Badassatron,
because
which is actually
that's
pronounced
what they eventually turn into. This is what I think.
We're gonna call
That's
you
Optimus.
Megatron.
That looks like
Yeah.
Megatron. They were friends.
Okay.
I know we're just lowly worker bots who can't
So
even
it's like a
transform.
Professor X Magneto type.
Yeah. He was
Don't you wanna
Orion
see
Pax.
what's
was his
out
name.
there?
Okay.
Okay, so it says
There's
it
a
here.
reason
It
no
said
one goes
before
to
he
the
was
surface.
Megatron, he was
D16.
D16.
dangerous.
See, I haven't seen this for this trailer. I saw
Why'd
the
you bring
initial
that back?
teaser trailer.
Okay.
If we survive this, I'm gonna kill you. I accept those terms.
So it's an animated movie. We won't watch the whole thing.
Right,
If you guys
here's-
want to watch it, go look online.
Here's my question: who's making this, or is like studio?
I think it's Pullman.
Okay.
Thanks.
The only thing I'm worried about is you know me, just like you. I love Transformers. Loved
Mhm.
most of the movies. Although I haven't seen the last two.
I've seen them all. They're not as good. Since the first couple, they've went downhill.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I didn't watch last night or after.
The Rise of the Beast.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Yeah,
it.
well, I just watched it. It wasn't bad.
So here's what I'm wondering though. You think that one's going to be too?
It's a whole different direction because it's animated. It's all on Cybertron, and there's a little bit of comedy too. So it's not as serious. I think it's a good direction for them to go.
I'm good.
Maybe
with
kind of
that.
really get the series to go somewhere.
Yeah, I'm good with that because it seems like a lot like the same type of I guess like action as the cartoon. I just don't want it to be.
Oh, you're good.
I don't want it to be too corny, to where it's like, the jokes just don't hit. Like it is meant more for like a 5-year-old. I don't want it to be like.
No, I think it'll be something that both that parents or adults and kids can enjoy.
I hope so.
At least I think so.
I hope so.
So I'm excited for that. Transformers 1 comes out September 20th.
Okay.
Probably my movie I'm most excited about. Deadpool and Wolverine coming out July 26th.
Yeah, that's July.
I will probably go see that.
I'm 100% going. The whole family. I mean, there's no way. If you were a Marvel, X-Men, Deadpool fan, there's no way.
Because it's more than likely your last opportunity to see Jackman as
Absolutely.
we already thought we were done, but Ryan Reynolds was able to. At least that's how the teasers made it seem. Ryan Reynolds talked him into doing it one more time.
And who doesn't love that whole like team up of Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman? Like them even outside of the whole movie thing, where like they're dissing each other all the time, and Hugh Jackman's like, he told me to try his what is it, gin that Ryan Reynolds has, the aviation. I'm pretty sure it's gin, and like he's like, asked me to try it, and then tips it over onto a table, and it all. He's like, I'm not trying that, but I love like them outside of the movie. I know in the movie it's gonna be even better. Plus, you already know there's gonna be. I've heard about already in this that we don't know about. We haven't seen trailers.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's going to be a good movie. Both Deadpool movies have been really good. Obviously, I think the first one was better than the second one.
Yeah.
But I like bringing in Josh Brolin as Cable, the girl who played Domino. I love her as a superhero. I never even heard of her.
You know, there's only one other movie she was in. It was you've seen Joker, right? With Joaquin Phoenix. That was the girl that in his head he fell in love with.
He kind of had a relationship.
No, well, in his head, yeah, not really though. That was the only other movie.
At least any big ones. Okay.
She played.
No,
Domino
Deadpool
really
2
well.
was good, but I think Deadpool 3 is going to be a banger episode. I think today's the shitty sequels are coming to an end.
Yes.
People realize like through the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, we like to see series being rebooted. like to see the sequels,
Yeah.
but they gotta match.
Yeah, they got to be just as good. And I believe that what's the Supernova? What's her name? The Supernova girl, the one that was with Colossus.
Teenage Negasonic Warhead. or
Yeah,
something like
Negasonic
that.
Warhead. She's back, and then I've seen Dopinder is back also. The cab driver.
Oh, okay, yeah,
He's
yeah.
back.
And I'm sure Colossus might even
Yeah,
make an
Colossus is in
appearance.
it. Seen the cast list, but
Now, from what I can gather, this is a Wolverine from an not the universe we know Hugh Jackman's Wolverine from. He's a Wolverine from another universe. Is what I kind of gathered based off of what I saw in the trailer.
well, not only that, but also the
yellow
outfit that he wears, which I like. That's an ode to the art.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why they didn't put it in the movies. It was too corny.
Yeah,
but I'm glad they brought it in. Like, embrace the.
Yeah, I mean, alternate universe, but it's still the same.
Alien, a new Alien movie, Romulus.
Yeah,
August 16th.
What do you know about that?
I know nothing about it.
Okay.
I was looking the other day to see what other movies were coming up, and this is the one I was like, ooh, I love a good Alien movie.
I saw a poster for it, but I know nothing. I haven't seen any video or nothing about it yet. I mean, I haven't really searched around either. But is this like a universe of what is it? What was that movie that Michael?
It's all the same universe for the Alien movie. Even the Prometheus.
Yeah, that's the one. Prometheus.
Alien Covenant. That's all from the same universe.
Is this after Covenant?
I would imagine.
Okay.
I don't know.
I like it.
Yeah, I like him. I mean, I know some people gave a little hate on Prometheus because I don't even think most people even knew it was a prequel to Alien until much later. I liked Prometheus. I thought it was a good movie, even though it got some criticism. I thought Alien Covenant was really good. And that, it was those two, right? There was no in between.
I don't think there was.
No, this will be the third one in this kind of reboot.
Yeah, well, because whenever Prometheus first came out, they didn't say that it was.
They didn't say. It wasn't until the very end when an alien that looks like the Xenomorph pops out of the engineer.
Yes, and I think that's the way they wanted it to be.
I thought it was smart
because it's just like what was the movie with the guy who played Professor X in First Class. McAvoy, the movie that he did, Split. Nobody knew that was part of the Unbreakable.
Yeah.
And till like the end that you saw that, and you're like, holy shit, what did he do? And it's kind of like this with Prometheus, like, no fucking way. We have another sequel to Alien. It just, I like that.
I love the Alien series. I've always liked it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? That's a movie that. First one,
yeah.
Aliens. The second one, Aliens, is still my all-time favorite. Soldiers.
Yeah,
That's
the second one. Oh yeah, with I love what was he, a droid or an android or something like that?
Yeah, Bishop.
Yeah, Bishop was awesome. Loved it.
Beetlejuice, September 6th. Everyone's excited about Beetlejuice.
Yes and no. All right, so obviously my wife, huge. I mean, she loves horror, but she's a huge Beetlejuice fan. I am too. I love Beetlejuice. But do you feel like that's the type of movie that should have been left alone?
Maybe. We'll see what they do. I mean, they've been talking about it long enough because after Netflix's Wednesday series with Jenna Ortega came out, it was like she's huge, and it was like, oh, everyone knows she's got to play in Beetlejuice, and so it was she was automatically even cast for.
Yeah, and it's what Winona Ryder's daughter.
Winona Ryder's coming back. Michael Keaton's coming back. I initially had heard some rumors Johnny Depp was going to be in it, but as far as I know, that's not.
He wasn't the original, was it?
No.
I heard Catherine O'Hara's back too.
Yeah. I didn't even know she was still alive.
I didn't either. That is he.
I don't even know.
I
his
haven't
name.
seen anything from him. Either that,
Beetlejuice, Ferris Bueller's Day Off,
or Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck. He also did another movie. Can't remember what it's called. Where he's married, his wife and kids get sucked up to some alien planet, and he's like, this was his first movie where he was the star.
This sounds familiar.
It's actually a really good movie. A little corny. It's got John Lovitz in it, who's like the king of this alien planet. He's kind of like the bad guy.
Ooh.
I can't remember what it's called, but anyway, this guy,
okay,
that guy, he was kind of the star.
Yeah, I don't know. Here's the thing: it has to land. This can't not be if it's a bad movie, it's going to shit on the Beetlejuice franchise. And it's like, where do you go from there?
I don't think because Beetlejuice was so long ago. I mean, you figure late 80s, early 90s. it's so long ago. I don't think it's going to hurt the movie because they've never, other than a cartoon series, they've never
Yeah.
done anything
I mean, as long as you
other
bring
than
back
that.
Michael Keaton ever and ever, like you can play anything, and with the Beetlejuice the character, it doesn't matter how old he looks. All right, here's my big question. I'll tell you, who's directing it?
I think Tim Burton.
If he is, then I'm sold because I haven't seen a bad Tim Burton movie.
Yeah, Tim Burton does a pretty good job. His whole
Thing.
he kind of stands alone.
He's producing and directing. So yeah,
I think he'll be good. And then the last one that I kind of saw that stood out to me, and there's probably others that I think would be good. Borderlands.
Okay, is this a movie or a show?
It's a movie.
Okay,
and I probably would have made it a show. Now I will say I don't know a lot about Borderlands. I bought Borderlands 3 for the PlayStation. I played it a little bit. It was good, but it just wasn't mine. I just couldn't really get into it. But I like the idea behind it.
I do.
Kevin
too.
Hart's in it, and someone.
Well,
else
Kevin
too.
Hart is a voice in it.
No, he plays as a character.
Who's the one who's voicing Claptrap? I wonder if that's Jack. Anyway, so yeah, here's my thing. Kevin Hart being in it, what type of movie is it going to be? What type of movie is it? He's usually in like comedies. So, like, I know Borderlands does have some style of comedy.
Yeah, it's not super serious movie.
I'm with you. I played one of the games, like the beginning, and I know it's a grindy game, and there's a lot to it, and I could probably get sucked into it. I've just never put my time into it. I agree with you. I think it should have been a TV show after the success of Twisted Metal and Fallout. I think that it definitely should be a TV show.
I will say my expectations are not super high because
Yeah.
I feel like it's coming out after the whole Twisted Metal and Fallout success. I won't say that it's going to be as good as it, but I'm hoping it's decent.
I think
I'm sure it'll be funny.
As it is right now, before the market gets saturated with these video game shows becoming, or video games becoming TV shows, because like the first one, big one was what, Witcher?
Yeah, and that was good. The first couple seasons that was good. I will say I never finished the third season. I don't know why. I just didn't get into it.
Yeah,
the first two seasons were really good.
Yeah, I've never watched it, but I've heard a lot of good stuff. So I think that was one of the first big ones that came out recently. And then Twisted Metal came out. I loved it. And I'm still working on Fallout. But before it's too saturated, I think that's the way Borderlands went. But like you've seen the movies that have come out recently, video games. Biggest one to me was the Nathan Drake Uncharted. That was
it wasn't
good, and I think it was cast wrong. I think the actors should have been flip flop. Mark Wahlberg would have made a way better Nathan.
He could have been a good. I think they were going for a younger version of him.
Yeah,
I only ever played that one that you let me borrow, Uncharted 2, which was a good game.
He just looks more like Nathan Drake than. Yeah. Don't get me wrong.
I didn't like Mark Wahlberg as the older kind of sidekick.
Yeah,
didn't really like him as that character.
I don't think he fit. And Tom Holland's a great actor. I just don't think he fit Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
So
those are the ones that I kind of saw. Are there any other movies that you've noticed that you're excited about?
Not excited, because I used to be a huge movie buff, but recently I've kind of gotten out of them just because, like, I'll tell you what did it for me, and that was the comic book movies. Kind of got me. It was the market got oversaturated with them, and it was just like that's all that was being put out, and then I just got bored of movies, and I'm starting to get back into them again. But I don't really want, like, I'll watch some Batmans. I'm going to watch Deadpool. I'm going to watch the big ones. I don't really care about the other ones. Like I said, I got
it's so hard to know when you're going to find a good movie because I was the same way. I used to be into like all movies, and it was always cool when you found like a really good movie that you did.
Yeah. Well,
there's so many movies coming out nowadays. It's hard to know. And TV shows are kind of I mean, maybe TV shows never really went away. But for me, they're making a comeback because I found some shows in the last several years that I can watch.
Yes.
Like Fallout, Stranger Things.
And it's gone are the days of your weekly episodic shows. Like you have to wait a week.
Oh, no. Disney Plus.
Well, yeah, Disney Plus is the only one.
Because I love it. Yeah, I'm the opposite. I love the weekly content drip. I don't like. Well, I like binge watching, but I like to be able to be anticipated for it. Mandalorian. I love that I had to wait until the next week.
Yeah.
Watch the next episode. It took me back to when I was a kid. I had to wait.
Yeah, I'm not saying I hate it. I'm saying most of them are gone because now a lot of them, like, I'm pretty sure Wednesday when it came out, it was all.
Yeah, Netflix
does them all.
Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Hulu. I guess no, Hulu's week by week.
I think what's the other Peacock does? They did like the Fresh Prince one.
What binge?
Or no, it came out week by week too.
So that's what I'm saying. It's still there because I like it. I mean, I appreciate it in some ways for older series, but if it's a new show, I don't want to binge watch because I want to enjoy it every week. I want that to be like my Friday night at 7:00. I sit down and watch blah. Like when the new Stranger Things finally comes out, it's all available. I won't be able to force myself to wait and watch every episode every week. I will probably watch the whole thing in 1 or 2 days time.
Well, it makes it easier too because like, if it comes out week by week, you have they're all an hour now or close to an hour, and that way you have this hour time block for this show. But if you do like a binge watching, it's like, all right, well you have to plan days ahead. All right, well this is my whole Saturday. But then something comes up and you have to stop,
Or if I'm just bored, I'll put a show on. It's like, okay, it's 9:30. I got to get up at 10. I can watch one more episode.
Yeah, exactly. And
I'd rather have the content drip.
Yeah, I would too, because that way you have that hour for that show and you can wait till next week. And you can think about, like, with Loki, I didn't watch Loki until it was already gone. Or it was already, all the episodes were out.
Oh, no, I was following that one week by week because Loki's probably
that's my favorite Disney
Plus show. Best Disney Plus show
Absolutely.
that they've done.
Both seasons were
awesome. The second season, that was so good the way it ended.
Oh, absolutely. And
I don't even know if I really want to say it because I don't want to give too many spoiler alerts.
Yeah.
Every time I switch, it's so tricky. That's all right.
But I wish I would have had it like that. That way I could, because after each episode, you had to sit there and think about what just happened.
It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool waiting to see where the next episode was going to go.
I watched all the Disney Plus shows that came out when, like, your big Marvel comic book. And the only one that I'm still continuing to follow is Loki. The other ones were like good. Like, I wasn't a big fan of Moon Knight.
But you don't have to watch them. You can miss them.
Loki, I was like,
the only thing I don't like, and I know why they do it. By doing these as shows, basically just one big movie.
It is, and they tie it
instead of having it a 2 or 3 hour movie, it's a 6 hour movie broken down into 6 parts. Only thing I don't like about the shows. Give me more episodes per season because when you tell me it's a show, I'm thinking, all right, I'm about to get 15 or 20 episodes of it.
Well, think about it.
6 episodes, 8 episodes. That's not a season.
But if you think about it, if you have 8 episodes, they're all almost an hour. Usually
it's 8 hours.
Usually seasons though are
30-minute shows.
30-minute shows. So really,
it's
you're
the same
16.
thing.
So
it just still feels like when I'm like, take WandaVision. Right, I liked WandaVision. I thought that they were going to spend more time in each decade,
but it was like
it was like you got that first 50 shot,
and
then you barely got a little bit of 70s, and then all of a sudden it jumped. I don't even think they really did the 80s.
No, not really.
They jumped straight to the 90s, late 2000s.
I
didn't really like that. You could have spent a little bit more time in each.
I think they were trying to develop the story too fast. And you could have spent more time in that world trying to, because the whole premise of that was trying to, like, understand Wanda's brain and why she's doing what she's doing. And it just developed way too fast. And it kind of got confusing because of that.
Yeah. It was still a good show. I liked it all together. I liked how it all came together.
Yeah.
You could have slowed it down a little.
Except the fact that they brought Vision back and he wasn't really. And
yeah, that was kind of weird.
Yeah, it kind of pissed me off. I love Vision. But as far as I just for this and one I'm not excited about is Twisters, and that's because it looks corny as hell.
Well, I mean, let's be honest, Twister was corny, but it was good.
I don't even know if it was corny because, like, I like the story.
I did too, but the idea behind it is corny.
The idea behind it,
if that movie was made today, it would not be a good movie.
No, but that kind of stuff does, like, all right, I don't know about driving a truck with all these little pods and stuff flying up in there. I don't know if that's real. But I do know that I'm pretty sure that they've tried to collect data by sending stuff into the tornado.
They do. It was just the whole idea behind the tornado hunter, and it was like they were hunting the tornado.
Yeah, hunting the tornado.
And like the tornado was out to get them, and like then Bill Paxton's character like he could just sense it. He's outside. And he's like,
Well, he was
feeling the dirt.
he was the Jesus of tornadoes. I
Yeah,
mean,
like
he was the prophet.
that was just too much. But I mean, they did it because it's a movie,
Yeah.
so I get why they did it.
This one is just number one. Why did you call it Twister? Because in the first one there was
There was
multiple
more than
twisters.
one.
So why, like, is it every single time they run into a twister, it's two of them or more? Like, that just sounds dumb. And the acting's no. Boo! I'm not excited for that one. That's a thumbs down. Get it away. Not even gonna watch.
So the one thing I did like about the original Twister, Helen Hunt,
And the wife beater.
and the wife beater, A shirt, tank top, whatever you want to call it. Don't want to trigger anybody.
Fuck.
But ever since then, I've loved the wife beaters. So I wanted to play a little game today.
All right.
Where we look at different celebrities, right? We're gonna kind of take a moment and rank. Well, we're gonna start with this one. This is according to influencer.com. This right here, and I know they're a little small. These are the top 10 most beautiful or hottest celebrities.
I'm gonna say
as of right
probably the top 10 most searched for guys to beat.
Very
beat their
true.
shit to.
Let me see which scene I want.
The only one I don't really know who it is.
Yeah, we can go with
is
Game Night. Or no, that one's a little.
100%.
Hold on, I'll tell you here in
I
a
was saying,
second.
'cause it's a little small, too.
Let me just adjust this real quick for our viewers. Okay.
So are we ranking these?
Well, this is. I want you to kind of guess what you think that this is the ranking that a influencer did. So
Influencer.
yeah, a influencer.com. This
Okay.
is from this list. This is the first thing that popped up on Google. So we have Zendaya here. We have
That's Scarlett Johansson.
actually Scarlett
I
Johansson,
know who that is.
Alexandra Daddario, Jenna Ortega,
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
Billy Steinfeld.
Oh, okay.
The other thing I know her from is
Bumblebee?
Hawkeye.
She was in
Oh,
Bumblebee.
Bumblebee, yeah. And then we have
Gal
Megan
Gadot.
Fox.
No, that looks like Gal Gadot.
No, it's Megan Fox. Yeah, Gal Gadot's not even on here. So this is, I guarantee this isn't like a big list.
Megan Fox now is not.
She's not even not that hot. I agree, but this was just the first thing that popped up on Google, so that's what I chose.
Okay.
Elizabeth Olsen,
Love it.
Ana de Armas,
Okay.
Margot Robbie, and Emma Watson. So this is this person's list, but like I said, it was the first Google search result, so this is what I took. So who do you think number one is on?
I mean, I'm gonna say the one that I think there's not a guy in this world who wouldn't spank their meat to. That's Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson. You're thinking she's number one?
I think for most people, when they put together a list of hottest celebrities in the world, Scarlett Johansson's on every single one.
Scarlett Johansson would definitely be very close to my number one.
She would be mine too. She's not my number one, but I think
She's very close.
she's
It
on-
depends on who else is on the list.
she's not on.
Most lists, Scarlett Johansson's my number one.
Okay, so
But she's actually number 6.
shut the fuck up. Really?
They're on this guy's list.
Okay.
All right. Number one
Wait.
is Alexandra.
Okay, I'm
Daddario.
actually fine with that. I'm 100%. Do you even know why she's number one?
I only know she was in that one show I watched on from Max True Detectives.
Did you see the scene?
Where with Woody Harrelson?
That's-
She's got a nice set of boobies.
I mean, she doesn't have a ass, but the boobies make
Those
up for it.
boobs were nice.
That's
That
the
was
reason-
almost the perfect set of tits.
That's the reason she is number one.
Because I haven't really seen her in much since
She
then.
was
She's
in
been in a couple.
Baywatch.
Okay.
But
Okay,
where
yeah.
she got her, the first thing I seen her in, which I didn't even watch it. Ashley watched it. Divergence here. Whoops.
Okay.
She was one of the characters in that, not the main
I
character.
didn't even know she was in it.
Yeah, she was one of the characters in that. Other than that, I think her claim to fame right now is True Detective.
Yeah, because that was good. It was good.
And I'm not mad that she's number one.
Yeah.
Number two. All right, so I'm kind of split here.
I think I know who you. One of your decisions is probably right because I feel like I know because I know you well enough that I know who one of you.
I don't think you do.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to think
You're trying to think like some. Okay.
I'm trying to think of what they would put number 2. And
Yeah, because you don't really know this person.
and right now I'm kind of split between Zendaya and Margot Robbie.
Okay, so I was right. Margot Robbie is number 2.
Okay, that's who I was leaning towards, Margot Robbie. And I mean, obviously, like Harley, but most guys love her from Wolf of Wall Street.
Yes, I mean I think most of us that's the first time we ever saw her. Really.
I mean, she's probably been in other stuff, but yeah.
Hot to touch the high.
But other than that, it was like what Harley and then Barbie.
Barbie, she did
Which
the
I heard
I
was-
Tonya, where she did the That wasn't a bad movie. I mean, she wasn't super hot in that
Yeah.
movie, but she showed off her acting skills in that movie.
Well, I heard Barbie was really good.
Barbie was decent.
Oh, you watched it?
I watched it. Me and Jeremiah sat down and watched it. It was good, but it wasn't as good as people
Oh,
made
okay.
it out. And I
heard
mean,
Ryan
and I
Gosling still.
he did good. He did good. And this is coming from someone who I don't give a lot of heat to movies. Like it takes you have to really suck for me to say that a movie sucks.
Right.
And I don't think this movie sucked, but I don't think it was as good as they're making it sound. But that's just me.
Who's this again?
Jenna Ortega.
I mean, if we're going by like, all right, so I guess I'm not saying Megan Fox is number 10 for this. So she's number 3. Just go ahead and tell me.
No,
Okay.
she's not.
I'm gonna say for number 3, it's either gonna be that Anya Day. What is it? What's her name? Armis.
Ana de Armas.
Yeah, I know a lot of people like her too.
She is so sexy.
Oh, she is. But for number 3, I'm gonna say people are gonna choose either Zendaya or your nerds are gonna love Emma Watson.
Very true. So you should have stuck with your first. Yes.
So it's Armis number. Okay.
Ana de Armas is number 3.
No, not. Oh, okay. Yeah. Wait a minute. Who's that one then?
Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah, I mean, she's all right.
I'll be honest. I never the movies I've seen her in. I mean, I know she's pretty young. I've never really seen her hot.
She's like a
But I've
nerd
seen-
hot.
Not if you looked at some decent other. I know these thumbnails are kind of small, but some other pictures like.
Well, I'm talking about I'm talking about movies. Like in the
Yeah,
movies,
in the movie, she doesn't really play hot characters.
no, but she's
None
like
that I've seen.
she's like a nerdy hot. She's like
Yeah.
that. I don't know. Okay, so either 4 or 5 has to either be Zendaya or Emma Watson. This isn't my list because Emma Watson would be down at the bottom. Okay, so then my choice for number 4 would be Elizabeth Olsen.
You are absolutely correct.
Okay, I mean she would be probably no 4 is good for her. Either 4 or 3.
And I don't even, from a hotness scale, I don't even think you know if you've seen the movie that why I think Elizabeth Olsen is hot. At least I've told you about
The
this
one
movie.
with Josh Brolin. It's just
Oh,
so
boy.
weird. I'm not gonna
It
watch
is
it.
it is a really good movie though.
But
the premise or the ending is
knowing the
fucking
twist,
crazy.
knowing the twist though,
But that's her father and she fucked him.
knowing the twist though, like the movie wouldn't have that impact like it
Oh,
had on
absolutely.
you.
Yeah.
'Cause you
And
didn't
it-
know
and
that,
it-
right?
I didn't know when I first watched it. It hit me in the fucking mouth.
Right.
I was like,
So
no!
and I want that, but I can't get that because you spoiled
Well,
it for me.
it came out like 10, 12 years
I know,
ago.
but what I'm
so.
saying is like I knowing that it won't have that same impact on.
And
me.
this movie was a remake. It's initially a Korean movie, so I assume that has the same premise.
Sorry, I didn't mean that.
That wasn't racist at all. But her tits in that movie. That was the first time, and I wasn't expecting it because there's really not much. I think that's really the only nudity in that, and they don't hesitate. They don't shy away from her
Right.
tits in that. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah, because I mean, she doesn't really show her. The only other movies, I mean, she's in the Marvel movie, obviously, but there was another one. Oh my god, it was like in the fucking I guess somewhere in the north, maybe Canada or Alaska or something, with snow River or something like that. But I mean, that was the only other thing I've seen her in. And
All right. Who you got next? Who you got at 5?
let's go Zendaya. Man, they're really hating on Zendaya.
Emma Watson.
The fucking nerds. The hairy
Yeah, and I like Emma Watson. I don't like the short hair.
I don't think she's hot. I don't.
She's got a little bit in her own way. There was a little bit right after Harry Potter ended where I was like, okay. I saw her in because she only played a small cameo in it. This Is the End, the one where
yeah, okay.
she played in that small part. I was like, okay, she looks pretty hot in that. Like even though it was like an after,
Yeah.
I saw her as a woman rather than Hermione.
See, I've never seen the Harry Potter movies. I'm not a fan of the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, you're not wrong. She's pretty, but I don't throw her into the hot.
Yeah, I wouldn't throw her in a smash or pass list. You know, it's like, I mean, I would pass. For me, that's a pass. They're really, like, I'm really mad that they're hating on my girl, Zendaya. Like,
me too.
Come on, dude. Like,
Who you got 7?
I know she looks younger, but I'm going to go, there's hate. I'm going to go Haley Steinfeld. It's Megan Fox, ain't it? What the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
All right, Megan Fox from
10 years ago?
2008? Yes, absolutely, I'll take that. Any fucking day.
Yeah, all the plastic surgery shit. Don't get me wrong, I'd probably still hit it.
Well, yeah, but like...
She doesn't look as good with all that plastic.
All the pictures...
I don't understand why celebrities even do
Right,
that. It
she
doesn't
didn't
look
need
good.
to. Like, I just imagine her in Transformers with bending over that car trying to fix it. Or like her sitting on the motorcycle in the second one.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I imagine. Why did you change yourself? Like, you are gorgeous. But no, she wouldn't even be in a top 10 list for me.
All right, who you got at 8?
Oh, see, I don't think Jenna Ortega is like hot. I think she's all right, but
She's too young. Jeremiah said this.
How old is
She goes,
she?
isn't she only like 19? I was like, hey, she's old enough. We're allowed to say she's hot now.
do you know how old she is? Or
Jeremiah told me she's 19.
what was the movie she was in? This is why it bothers me. She was in a movie or a show where she was the it was the movie. Have you ever seen or the show You on Netflix?
I haven't seen it.
But you know about it, right?
Yeah.
She was the neighbor. The guy's neighbor was a woman who he ended up. That was her daughter, and she was not like
She
young.
was
She was
younger.
a
She's
teenager,
a teenager.
and that's why I can't look at her like that. So,
Jenna
Zendaya.
Ortega is actually number 10.
okay. So I'm gonna say
And I'd say this guy only did it because he didn't want to look like a total pedo.
so. Zendaya 8.
No. Haley Steinfeld is 8.
Tom Holland. I think your girl's gorgeous, and I would have put him way higher.
Zendaya's at number 9.
Man, this list is racist as fuck. All right,
I know, we put the Hispanic girl and the black girl as the last two.
What makes me the most mad is the fact that where Scarlett Johansson is. She 100% belongs in the top 4.
Yeah. I like it, that Alexandra Daddario, but I would probably move her off the top. She wouldn't be in the top spot for me on this list.
Because
she's still hot, but she'd be probably number 5 or somewhere like that.
Yeah, because I think Margot Robbie's hotter.
Yeah. Margot Robbie and Scarlett Johansson and Elizabeth Olsen are going to be my top 3 on this
I'm
list.
not mad at that. I'd have to agree, probably.
So, what I wanted to do, we're not done because the game hasn't fully started yet.
Okay.
We know women in Hollywood are notorious for this, but women in general are notorious for this. And the purpose of this is to let the ladies know, even though we probably don't have very many ladies to watch this, that you know what? We don't need all that. We like you the way you are.
Absolutely.
Don't get me wrong. I like a little makeup. But we also realize that some of that makeup, why your faces end up looking the way you have to wear makeup. If you're someone who wears too much makeup, that's why you look the way you do. So, what I wanted to do, I couldn't find any really bad pictures of these women. Take this same list of women, and the worst picture I could find of them without makeup, and rank them based off of what you see in that picture.
Is that what we're doing?
That's what we're doing now.
Okay.
Now, they are a little small again. But I made these ones a little bit
Well,
better.
hold on. Let me see if I can even.
So, who,
Figure it out.
how do you want to do? You want to start at number 10, or do you want to start with your number
Let's
1?
start at number 10.
Okay. So the list, so our viewers can see it. It might be a little bit bigger on their screens. We have Jenna Ortega, Ana de Armas, Elizabeth Olsen, Emma Watson, and then in the second row, Scarlett Johansson, Megan Fox, Alexandra Daddario, and Margot Robbie. Finishing the bottom row is Haley Steinfeld and Zendaya.
So this is our list that we're compiling.
This is the list that you're coming up with.
Okay. So let's start at number 10. And I'm going to throw Jenna Ortega at 10.
Okay. Based off of the pictures you're seeing.
Yeah,
here.
based off of the picture. Not a fan of short hair. I mean, I like short hair's all right, but
I'm not a big fan of short hair.
I just don't like Emma Watson. She's number 9.
I probably would have thrown her at number 10.
I don't know. There's just because of how young she is, putting Jenna Ortega any higher.
19.
Okay, so then yeah, I don't like doing this, but Armis is going to be next for me.
Her picture sucks.
That picture is horrible.
This is probably one of the worst pictures.
And I'm not going to lie to you, and I hate doing this, but Scarlett Johansson 7 is an awful picture, dude.
Oh shit!
She looks like a high school band geek in that. Sorry, band geeks, but see, Megan Fox was better without makeup. Isn't that fucking crazy? See,
I know who my number one is.
Elizabeth Olsen still looks hot.
She looks good in this. She looks like a mom.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that. The Dario at 6. We're gonna go. I don't know one of them. I'm gonna go Haley Steinfeld at 5.
Her picture isn't that bad. I thought it was kind of cute.
Yeah, it's not too bad. But I mean, actually, you know what? Throw her at 4 because Zendaya looks like she's in high school in that picture. And then for me, you know, like I kind of dig the whole hot mom.
Mm-hmm.
She can be higher. Hold on. I want to make sure.
They are kind of small. Should have them out.
Throw Megan Fox at 3. Margot Robbie at 2. And yeah, I did the hot mom thing. Man.
Yeah. I think our number 1 is for me would be same thing.
Yeah.
Probably the only one who really would have changed up. Haley Steinfeld probably would have been my number 2. I thought her picture looked really good.
She's just young, and I'm just that young.
But other than that, yeah, I mean, I understand she's young, but she is 19, so Jenna Ortega's picture doesn't look too bad to me. I'd probably throw her a little bit higher up on the list, just because I think her, looking at the picture itself, she does look pretty good. Other than that, no, I agree mostly with your list.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I could move Scarlett Johansson down because, you know, that's just an awful picture.
It is a terrible picture. It's definitely one when she was first. She's been around for a while.
A long time. It was in an MTV movie or something A. It was like a MTV high school movie about something A, getting an A or something like that.
You're talking about Easy A, right? Because she wasn't in that. That was Emma Stone. That was an MTV movie.
Maybe it wasn't A then.
But I remember the first movie I saw her in, and she was probably a teenager. In that, she was in Home Alone 3. She was the boy's sister.
See, I only saw Home Alone 3 one time because they never should have. This would have had to have been early 2000s. Was it The Perfect Score? It had Chris Evans in it.
I never even heard.
Yeah, it was The Perfect Score. It was about 6 high school seniors decide to break into the Princeton Testing Center so they can steal the answers to their upcoming SAT tests and all get perfect scores. I knew it was something about getting an A or getting a
I never even heard that.
I'm pretty sure that was an MTV.
It probably wasn't all that great.
It was okay, but that was the first thing I saw. Right?
So the last thing I wanted to talk about, you know, I like to throw some occasional sex topics in there, but I'll be honest, some of it's more educational than anything.
That's not where my mind was going at all.
Where were you going?
I
said urethral, so where were you going?
Well, because I thought my mind went to I thought this was something the woman did to the man, and it was like you wrap you wrap your mouth around his dick and you hum, and it tickles your urethra. That actually sounds cool though, doesn't it?
That doesn't sound too bad. If that's what sounding is, I would try it. No, this is taking an object of sorts and shoving it down your pee hole.
And to do what?
Well, because it feels good apparently.
Why do they call it sounding?
Because you can put a vibrator on it. If you shove it down far enough, like I want you to understand, this is not just shoving it in a lip, shoving it down the pipe.
So it hurts. It's gonna hurt, right?
I imagine it probably hurts. Like there are a lot of lube issues. We're gonna watch a video.
I don't.
It's not an
This is
actual
one
one.
thing I don't want to watch. I don't mind the other videos that you do.
Well,
This
we're
is the
gonna-
one thing
this
I
is
never wanted to
educational.
see.
This is educational. It's not a real one. It's just a diagram
All right, that's fine.
or a model.
So wait,
So,
you put lube on something like something very tiny,
like a metal tube,
I mean, I know that's how they put catheters in, but
and
it's
then
like,
you stimulate the prostate.
but aren't you asleep when you get a catheter in?
No, not usually.
Well, fuck that. I'm
Yeah.
never getting a catheter then.
So this is a sexual satisfaction practice among men. It's mostly common among homosexual, but heterosexual men could do it as well.
Hey, whatever the gays are into, man.
It's inserting an object into the urethra, or there is surgery that can be done with it.
Logical.
And it dilates the strictures to provide access to the bladder. You get it to the point where it makes contact with the prostate, and you know from a road trip that if you
Yeah.
stimulate the prostate, a guy can get off. It's just going from end. It is. Doctors do not suggest using it for sexual
Absolutely not.
satisfaction. 'Cause I imagine when you're doing this medically, you're soft. Maybe I don't know. Do they get you hard when you
I
do
would
it? But if
think
you're doing it
not.
for a sexual practice, hard.
Which means it has to travel longer.
Yeah. So it's kind of
And-
like how anal. You're not really supposed to do anal sex because that's supposed to be an exit only.
Right.
Your pee hole's the same way. It's exit only.
Well, imagine what you could possibly tear up inside. Dude, I don't know what all is in that track or anything, but
Yeah.
or like on your way to
So-
the prostate, what the fuck are you tearing
So
up?
I do have a picture of kind of what it would.
Like, how do you get to your prostate through your pee hole? Like,
Well, you're not like it. Just you're kind of bypassing it. You're kind of touching it from the inside, from the outside.
so through like a wall, like an anal wall.
Yeah. Yeah. So you see, like here's not like it's usually metal with a regular. That way you can pull it out easier, and it's going all the way in,
Oh, there.
up through here.
Oh, all right. Fuck that, dude.
It's going all the way in. Yeah. It doesn't look comfy, but apparently there's a lot of homosexual guys out there that like to do this. It's definitely not something that I'm interested in.
Dude, that's a long way to your prostate.
It is a long.
How do you do that from your ass? Like getting up in there into your ass? Because that looks like a long way from even the ass.
Really long fingers.
I
So this guy here,
I don't know
this
what-
video is going to kind of educate us.
don't know what fucking people are in.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a Fairfield University Quickie all about sounding, a how-to guide.
Probably reload.
Your hands thoroughly, you're sterilized. Your tools are sterilized, you're ready to go, and then you have to go through and kind of go through your underwear drawer to find something. Well, you have to repeat the process over again. And the last thing I do want to say, as far as sounding, or most plays, it's not a race. Go slow, everything will stretch, things will go, but it will go slowly. It's never a
So
race.
he's teaching people
Enjoy
how
the
to
journey.
do it.
Yeah, it goes
So now,
slow. It'll
let's
stretch.
get to it.
This guy should be
Whether it's
arrested.
sounding a penis
Not like
or
anal
a
sex.
This
vulva,
guy should be
the
arrested.
type
Why?
of
It's not
sounds that we
illegal.
use, and
It
believe it or
should
not, there's
be.
several out there.
Just listen. You need
Is
to
one
listen.
like this, which is a medical grade Pratt
That's not
sound.
even straight.
You'll notice it has
Because
that little
you
dip
need
in
it
the
to
middle.
bend. It's not
That's
straight
because
too.
the sizes
I don't know about
change.
you, I
They
got
go
the
up
opinion.
one side is going to be a little
Bro, you're sticking
smaller
that
or
down
larger
your
than the
dick
other.
hole, but
Or
it's gonna make
you
your
go with
fucking
silicone
dick
sound like
bend.
this, which is much more forgiving because, of course,
Hey,
it's
you stick
bendable.
that shit in your-
These are definitely not bendable.
No.
Okay, so
hate you.
I'm going to go ahead and now start sounding a penis. So here's our penis. First, I apply lube to the tip of the penis. Then I'll go ahead and take my sound and dip it in the surgery
you
lube.
fucking
What I
dare.
also like to do is before I enter, measure how long you have. Keep your finger right there so I know how long I'm going to be in there.
But you know when to
Otherwise, if you're not
stop.
sure, you may go deeper than you expect. So I would go ahead and go like this and then kind of push
Bro,
it in
fuck
very
you.
slowly. Minimum pressure. These are kind of heavy because
He lost his spot. Look, he's taking his finger off there.
Stuff like that. Put it here, and then just let the weight of it pull it in, and then pull it out.
And just let the weight of it pull it in. You're gonna reach down in
go
there and
slow, move up and down.
You wanna get down in
He's
there,
not
you
going
really
slow. He's
stimulate it.
manhandling that
Get that
motherfucker.
Because it's not a real
moves
one.
around, and you should start.
Just-
feeling
yeah, you
it
just
right
jam it
away.
in and
But
out.
he's trying to
And
teach
there's
you how to
in
do
there.
it. He's
Now,
manhandling
if you're
it.
just starting,
I wonder how
sounding the
many
first few
people
times,
have
you
showed
probably
up
wanna
to
stay
the
pretty
hospital.
shallow.
with that.
What do I
stuck
mean
in their
by
dick,
shallow? I mean
or,
usually
like,
just
because they
shy
fucked
of
up.
the length of the penis.
It makes
If this
me
was
have
a
to
real
pee
penis,
more, but in a
I
weird
would go
way.
ahead and
We
bring
need
it
to
to
ask
about
Jake
there, so I would hold it.
if he's ever seen anyone come in
the
from
halfway
doing this
point
shit.
Ooh,
was
that's a
marked
good
by that.
idea.
I really
If we
wouldn't
ever
go
have him
any
as a guest,
further.
we'll
There
bring
shouldn't
this
be
up
any
as a
pain. It
topic.
may be a little burning the first time you do it. That's just the lube. Basically, after I go
It
in
might
a little
burn
bit,
a
I'll
little
take it
bit.
out. I'll apply
That's just
more
the
lube.
lube.
That's kind of what they say about sex.
Another
For
trick
women,
is
it
to
hurts
actually
when they
pinch
first do it, but the
head of
more they
penis
do it, it
like
feels
that.
better.
Lube
That'll
makes
open
it
the urethra
burn,
more, so more
then you
lube
shouldn't
goes
be
ahead,
doing
gets in there
it.
again.
That's
We
your
want
body
high
telling
volume
you,
lube
no,
inside there.
dumbass,
For those of us who've been
stop.
sounding for years,
Well,
and have
lube
a lot of
isn't a natural
experience,
substance.
we can
It's
sound
gonna feel
I get
ludicrous
that, but
anyway.
how deep?
if your
Well,
body says
once you get over
feels a
to this
burn,
length,
and that's your body
you're
telling
going to
you,
find
stop
the
it.
urethra makes this little turn like
Well,
this.
just my thing is, I have a
So
really
usually you
small
have to lean the
penis, so I don't need
back
one that long.
and just let it drop and then pull it
Why are you
forward.
saying like what you need? Like, are you
It's
going to
like a
try
little
this?
dip in there, and
I'm
then
just
all of a
saying,
sudden
like,
it
I'm
just
learning
goes a little
something.
bit further.
I
Of course,
I could learn a lot of
minimum
things.
pressure
This
and be
isn't one
patient
of
with
them.
that.
It's
So
interesting.
right as you start getting past
Why is it
there, about an
interesting?
inch deeper, you're in the prostate.
You did
The
this shit on
urethra
purpose.
actually runs through the prostate. A lot
Yeah,
of
see,
the
it runs
silicone
through the
sounds like
prostate.
these
You know what?
have this
Here,
little hook.
here
which
is the
great
only
for
bad
putting a
thing.
little
What about when you
vibrator
come,
on it.
though?
Or you could go
Where's it
ahead
gonna
Where's it
go?
go?
Put a
Exactly.
I guess you have to use a
here.
hollow tube.
Either one works. It's just whatever.
I don't
your
think that's a
preference
thing. That's going to
is.
hurt.
You eventually end up
Because that's a lot of
vibrating
pressure.
Your
And you're trying to squeeze that through a tinier hole.
sounding a penis.
That's going to hurt.
If you go ahead,
That's
and
like blue
pass
balls
the
times
prostate,
100.
through the prostate, and go maybe another 2 inches to 3 inches deeper.
Another
you
2 to 3
actually
inches
Bro,
deep.
my
Oh, there it came out.
And
There.
I usually
fuck?
don't go that
He's in the
deep.
bladder
It's
at that
considered
point.
more
So
of a
at this
safety
point,
measure.
that's
If
medical,
it gives me
right?
pleasure, I prefer to just hit
Oh,
the
this is
prostate
still
and
You saying
get that.
pleasure?
Again, no judgment. If
Yeah, the
someone wants to
prostate's
go
right where
ahead
his
and
finger is.
Go deeper, they obviously
Bro,
can.
why are
And that's
the
why
testicles
sounds
so
come in
perky on that?
larger
And there's a ribbed one
lengths,
for your pleasure.
such as this. And this sound is
All right, I'm done. Not anymore. I'm going to have nightmares now.
You're welcome. There's so many different things out there, and here's the way I see it. It's a common practice for homosexual men. You know, it gives guys other options, right? The guy, the anal can maybe get boring, maybe it hurts. I think some gay guys like it, but I think for some it gets a little painful, so it's changing it up a little bit. Hand jobs, let's be honest, are fucking boring. I don't want a hand job. I can give myself a hand
I'll
job.
take a hand job.
No, I do not want a hand job.
That's you. I'll take one.
Blow jobs, not everyone's good at them. Some people have really bad orgasms, and some guys, especially if you've been with someone long enough, it can take you a while. Some people can't come with oral pleasure. It feels
Yeah.
good, but you're not able. Your mouth gets tired after a while. You're
Yeah,
not
the
able
girl's
to
mouth gets
maintain,
tired.
or the guy's mouth.
Or the
It's-
guy's mouth.
It's
Yeah,
2024.
I mean,
dude.
whatever. And at that point, person receiving is just like,
You over there? Did you move?
I didn't move anywhere. The person receiving is just, and the camera moved because it's pointing closer to pointing at me now.
No, you're still good on this one, but on your outro, your pictures,
What are you fucking up?
I didn't fuck up any.
See, this is why we need a producer.
I think you moved
I didn't move at all.
because that one still looks good.
Exactly. So obviously I didn't move. That's where it was.
I think you moved.
This is why we need a producer.
That's good, Rich.
Fucking shit.
You fuck shit up, fuck.
Right, I do.
But anyway, so I just like this is another guy like because and I think we talked about this on one episode before. At conception, our stuff down there is actually
Yeah.
now we all start off as female, but your penis was your vagina at one. Your hole, it's the same hole. Your taint
Yeah.
kind of sealed up.
Yeah.
That's why it's aligned. That's where your vagina would have been.
Yep.
And so your penis is just your.
That's
clit.
why it feels good when you're.
Yeah. Your penis is your penis is your clit. And so while sounding isn't the same as putting a penis into a vagina, it's closer than putting it into a.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm all for it, gay guys. Just be careful. Make sure to use lube.
Lots of. Right. Don't do.
I can see that doing some.
Shit. Brokeback Mountain heaving. Put on it.
Yeah. So another solid episode.
Um. What are we gonna do with Durham next week? I think we should make him just produce the whole episode and
Make him write the whole episode.
yeah, absolutely. He should be the one that comes up with everything. Like
That'll be his punishment for losing the football challenge.
that's true. Ethan, we need you to double down next week on your content. Bring your A game, bud. I'm gonna be tired. Anyway, go O's!
Go Phillies!
And I guess we'll see you guys next week. Oh, make sure you guys hit that like button, because if you don't, Ethan's probably never coming back.
Make sure you hit that like button, because if you don't, I'm gonna make sure that you eat shit for breakfast.
You guys eat shit for breakfast?
They do.
Who knows?
The ones who don't click the like button.
Who knows? Anyway.
Alright, see y'all next time.
Deuces.